Guys, who remembers my farming mega co-op? I had used code SWEET to get the max amount of island slots, then filled the co-op with the best farmers across all of Skyblock. Literally the #1 farmer Lotzi is in here, who has held that title now for over half a decade. Insane. Bankier was in here as well, but then got rotated out. And everyone else in the co-op is atop the farming XP and collection leaderboards. Now, with this insane co-op, we had farmed from nothing to a Hyperion in no time at all. And then the garden released, and we did it again, going from nothing to a Hyperion. We also got the space helmet, and we hit 1 billion melons. And this was only, 4 years ago. So today we are back, guys. We're getting the gang back together, and we are going to break the record for the most money made in a single hour by a single co-op. Now, even with 8 talented farmers, you can't just log on and make racks. You gotta prep. And we started this prep 4 years ago. We threw minions down and got all 8 of us to max farming XP. From those minions, we also got our money up big time, which is important. You can see we have over 1 billion coins in our purse right now. A good bit of money to start with, as we're gonna have to spend a ton on farming sets for the entire co-op. But on top of this 1 bill, we have tons of full double chests of melons that are ready to sell. We'll just shoot all of that off to the NPC, so much so to hit our daily limits. And we'll be able to keep doing this over the next few days, especially because yet again, we can get to claiming our minions. This is a lot more melons and a lot of fun XP that we're gonna grab. More specifically, we have 28 minions down, and each one has about 7 stacks of melons in them. Those 7 stacks give about 25 million coins and 2 mil farming XP per minion. And so as we keep going and get through all 28 minions, that'll be over 700 million coins and 60 million farming XP. And as I mentioned, all that money is much needed. Guys, today we're going to focus on building 8 perfect farming setups. We're going to see how close we can get to perfect, and we will need all this money because what we have in this chest is really what we're starting with. It's barely mossy, it's only a few fermento sets, only a few equipment sets, we don't even have the right pet here, and there's just a ton of purchasing that needs to happen. So let's get ourselves organized. I went ahead and placed down a double chest for each person in our mega co-op. And so ideally, we're going to have 8 identical max setups by the end of this video, and that's going to be very expensive. But let's get things started with Harvest Harbinger potions, God pots, agronomy sacks, and personal compactors. Then let's jump into the fermento sets. So we'll grab everything from our OG chest and we'll pop 1 set in every single new chest. Now those current setups actually had rancher's boots, but I believe fermento boots and getting the full fermento set gives more money. So I went ahead and bought a handful of boots for 20 mil, then another 20 mil. Here again for 20 mil. I was able to purchase a couple more, but then in the end, literally there weren't even enough people selling fermento at a reasonable price, so I had to craft the last couple pairs. It wasn't just fermento boots that we needed to buy. We needed 3 or 4 entire fermento sets, so I ripped away with those purchases as well. Next up for the pet side, despite having a ton of elephants in our chest, I think we wanted mushroom cows for the most money. These rocked around 20 mil per again, but we wanted to get level 100s, so it was worth paying that price. We also wanted them to be having green bandanas as the item, but buying so many was just tough due to availability, so we paid anything from 20 to 30 mil for all of these. Look at these items we can claim. Next up would be a couple of key accessories for everybody. I'm talking the Pest Hunter Relic, which gives bonus pest chance. I grabbed these from about 15 to 20 mil a pop. Now that is pretty sick. And then a little bit more expensive was a fermento artifact for everyone. These ran about 30 mil a pop. And so just in these couple of accessories, we spent almost 400 million coins. With all these purchases, we were already flying through cash. But hey, this isn't a solo co-op. We've got buddies. And so Apoth hopped on, sold some more melons, and came in clutch to keep us firing. Let's go. What do we got?
500 mil.
500 mil. GG. With the influx of cash, I turned to grabbing tools for everybody. Since we were going to farm melons, I wanted 8 Melon Dicer 3.0s. Now, as looking here, there are a handful of enchants you want to keep in mind. However, cultivating 10 is the only enchant that you can't just add with money. You have to actually farm a ton in order to upgrade that enchant, so that's what I prioritized when purchasing, and that's also what makes some of these axes very expensive. So I was paying about 60 mil for a lot of these. Also important for the axes though is Turbo Melon 5, which most of them already had, is Dedication 4, which we spent a ton of money on, is one of the most expensive enchants we're getting today, but that also gets coupled with one of the cheapest enchants we'll get today, which is Sunder. This was my cheapest fortune by far. That's insane. Now, Bountiful is going to be the best reforge for these. And we can't forget about Farming for Dummies books for all of them either. Now, again, for a bit more money, I decided to actually sell some of those old elephant pets we weren't going to need anymore. So we made over 100 mil that way. And we would use this additional cash to dive into equipment sets. Now, the base equipment pieces for everybody are not that expensive. I just needed to grab a lot of them. We went for 7 full Lotus equipment sets. I kind of bought what was available, which means later on I would need to also buy some rooted reforges to apply. And now I said 7 sets here of Lotus because the 8th and last set of equipment would actually be Pest Hunter equipment and a Pest Vest. As I mentioned though, the base pieces for equipment are relatively cheap. Where the equipment gets expensive is when you're applying Green Thumb. I mentioned Dedication 4 was pretty expensive, but Green Thumb takes the top spot for the most expensive enchant that we're gonna want. Green Thumb 5 costs racks, so we're just gonna get as many Green Thumb 1s as possible, and then we'll combine them a little later on. But hey, with the equipment pieces in the chests, our sets were coming together very nicely. I have sets for everybody. They're not great sets yet. Now we have to upgrade them. In the bazaar, I dropped a quick 100 mil on flawless gemstones. I would love to get perfects, but we'll just need so many of these. Guys, every armor set has 2 gemstone slots and every axe has 3 slots. That'll be 11 gemstones per person and 88 in total. Not to mention all of the gemstones that are going to be needed to unlock gemstone slots as well. So after I grabbed them all, I just started rounds where I would head to the mines, toss in a bunch of gemstones, and come on back because unfortunately I did not have access to /hex. Here we go, 3 perfects. Low-key paid off though because on one of my trips I decided to grab cakes and this happened. Whoa, I got a cake soul. Yo, there it is from the ferocity. Not having /hex was also painful for recoms. We dropped 250 million coins on a bunch of recombobulators because damn near everything needs to be recommed. We have all of the armor sets, all of the equipment sets, all of the axes. It all needs the 8 mil recom. So again, I started runs back and forth from the hub to go ahead and add them to every single piece.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing.
Keeping the upgrades going, we hit up a ton of Pestterminator enchants and combined those like crazy. We did the same with Green Thumb as well, putting them all over our equipment. Bang. I got an item. Green Thumb 5.
Yo.
We grabbed a few more green bandanas for the mushroom cows. Of course, we just bought the most expensive ones. Oh my gosh. And then again, a couple more Fermento artifacts. Buying a few more artifacts, we did run out of money, but it's okay because we can go ahead and still sell all of these melons. Oh, dude. I went to sleep and I woke up. Let me get by this daily limit, bro. Come on. At least there's 130 mil from enchanted sugarcane to claim. That is perfect. Now, I quickly dropped this next 100 mil on overgrown grass for additional mossy reforges, but I didn't even have the mining requirement to actually apply those. So I took a temporary break here to hit the mines, hit a HOTM level to build out the tree, then hit a commission milestone, which would get us right over the edge there, mining level 23. Look at that beautiful overgrown grass. If each overgrown grass is 40 mil, and I have about 10 of them in my inventory, that's about 400 million coins worth of reforges we are about to apply. This is insane. Holy guacamole, man. So last upgrade for now, guys. I want one of our sets to be all perfect gemstones, but the buy order just isn't filling. So it's time to insta-buy. It'll be a little bit more, but we really don't need that many. 87 million coins worth here. Oh my gosh. This 20 extra farming fortune. Boom. That is 20 per piece with perfects. Absolutely love it. Back on the island, I kind of want to throw everything now in just one single chest. So let's just grab it here from our wardrobe. And guys, look how beautiful this is. We have got 8 freaking fermento sets. Over half of them are all mossy. A couple are still bustling, but that's okay. We have perfect gemstones in one set, epics in every other one. We've got Exterminator 5 still waiting to increase to Exterminator 6 on buy orders on the first few sets, and Exterminator 3 down the end. That's still going to get upgraded. But also every single piece here is recom. That's every single armor piece. That's every single axe as well. Almost every single axe is cultivating 10. This one axe has all 3 perfects. The rest have all flawless. Every single axe is farming with for dummies. Almost every single axe has bountiful. Ones with blessed. They're all Melon Dicer 3.0s. They all have dedication 4, which is insane. As well as Sunder 6. We've got as well 8 different mushroom cows, all level 100 with green bandanas. We've got 8 fermento artifacts. We've got 8 pest hunter relics for everybody. Now let me add in my squeaky pest set. We've got a beautiful green thumb 4, green thumb 5, recommed squeaky pest set of equipment. And then more insane lotus items. Guys, all rooted lotus. All recommed. First set is green thumb 4, green thumb 5, green thumb 4, green thumb 5. And the rest are green thumbs 2 and 3. That's like hundreds and hundreds of millions just in green thumb enchants. And of course, for anybody who is on the pests, on top of that pest hunter equipment set, there is a biohazard suit, as well as a slug pet, a hedgehog pet, and an Affina vacuum. Oh my Lanta. That's a weird saying, but dude, this is insane. On top of that, for everybody, we've got booster cookies, we've got god pots, we've got refined truffles, we've got harbinger potions, we've got super compactors, and agronomy sacks. We are absolutely loaded, and it's time to do some math. I actually am so curious how much money we have in armor just within these chests right here. Gonna estimate it's about 3 bill, but let's hit the calculator real quick. All right, so I pulled out the old spreadsheet, and here we are. I listed pretty much every single item of value we went ahead and purchased and have, how much of it we have, and the price of one, and we're about to see what these totals are at, okay? We'll go ahead and we'll tab on in. 800 million coins worth of the Mossy Reforge is insane. That's how much we have. We have 20 of them on our sets. That's insane, but let's go ahead and carry this all the way down because we also have 800 million coins in just the base Fermento armor, which is insane. Already up to 1.5 bill, and we're through 2 line items here. Some of the other big ones, though, we have almost 600 mil in recoms, 100 mil in Exterminators. We kind of got to up that, I'm not going to lie. But look at these freaking Paradots, too. Almost 500 million coins in Paradots. We have 300 in Fermento artifacts, 420 mil essentially in talismans. We got 300 mil in dedication force, a single enchant across every axe. I think the next biggest thing is green thumbs, guys. If we drop like a little equals sum, the green thumb items here, 800 mil, guys, almost 1 billion coins on green thumb enchants. That is insane. Those are so expensive. All right, let's see it. Equals a sum of everything above. 5.5 billion coins. That is nuts. So insane. Guys, there are 5.5 billion coins in these 2 chests. Oh my gosh. What a freaking day here. I am so excited to actually use this and start grinding and farming with the co-op. Oh my gosh. Everyone, if you want to see all of these insane sets be used at the exact same time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it's coming up next on this channel. We're going to go ahead and break the world record for the amount of money made in an hour here. And we did all the prep work today, spending all of that cash. If you're interested in farming as well, check out elitebot.dev. It's the site that I used for the leaderboard in the first few seconds of this video. And they've got some pretty cool stuff going on. Also, everybody, as always, be sure to use code SWEET in the Hypixel store for 5% off your purchases. Other than that, I'm excited to get back with this mega co-op and do some more crazy things. I'll see you all there. Adios and goodbye.